You are looking live at the Marriott Marquis Ballroom, just a couple of ticks past noon Eastern Time here in New York City as the 1989 NFL Draft is about to begin.
Miami is up, and this is a team, Mel, that through the years, yes, they have defensive needs, but they have continued to expend blue chip or premium, meaning first or second round picks on defense. They haven't gone offense in the first round in quite some time, and they're going to have a pressing need to go defense again today.
They have needs on defense, but they've had them for years. And if you look at that offensive football team right now, they need a running back. And they need somebody who has that strength and that power. And a Sammy Smith has it, a Cleveland Gary has it. But if you look on the defensive side of the ball, there's a Lewis Oliver sitting there for them, who's the kind of defensive back that they're looking for. I think if you heard Don Shula during Super Bowl time, all he talked about was David Fulcher and the impact that he had with the Bengals. David Fulcher is as big as Oliver, but he only runs in the 4.65 range. Oliver runs in the 4.3s. I think right now Lewis Oliver is the best defensive player on the board, and he should be the Dolphins' pick.
A 4.3 defensive back who can hit like a hammer. Well,
all right, Axe, thank you. Miami has an intriguing selection. They could pick a big back that Don Shula has been talking about, like Cleveland Gary, a guy that played fullback at the University of Miami, whose offensive coordinator, Gary Stevens, is now the offensive coordinator with them. They could go Sammy Smith. They could go defense. Here's the commissioner.
Miami Dolphins, first-round selection. Sammy Smith, running back, Florida State.
So,
next up, the Phoenix Cardinals.
Miami, which needs defense like you read about, has decided to go for Sammy Smith, the back who on some days looks like he's the greatest player in the history of the National, or could be the greatest player in the history of the National Football League, but it's a guy that some teams were a little worried about because on some days he comes to the park like a free agent. That's not us talking, that's just scouts who I've talked to and everyone's talked to around the league. But Sammy Smith, the running back from Florida State, is another one like Worley, over 220 pounds at a tailback. Came out early like Worley, had 1 year left for eligibility, is an excellent receiver, so you know that fits in with Miami. Shula has been talking about a big back for a long time. He's also a good pass blocker, which will help, and 2,500 yards in his career at Florida State. The youngster from Zellwood, Florida, now becomes a member of the Miami Dolphins. Let's go to Miami and Sammy Smith. They need defense, Tom. Is it a good pick?
Well, I mean, Sammy Smith is going to fit into anybody's offense. He's an excellent back if he can show up. And you know, he's had a few injury problems during his career. The thing is when you need defense the way the Dolphins need defense, I can't explain you going after a guy like this and not trying to fortify your defensive side of the football.
As far as the Miami choice goes, absolutely drives me crazy. Cannot understand why in heaven's names the Miami Dolphins would not try to improve their secondary if no place else. Lewis Oliver should have been their pick.